Hello, students. I hope all of you are good. If there is one thing to know about the human body, it is this: the human body has a ringmaster, and this ringmaster controls your digestion, your immunity, your brain, your weight, your health, and even your happiness. And this ringmaster is the gut, that is your alimentary canal. Students, we're almost on the last video of the human digestion. After that, we will have one more video on the enzymes. But related with the digestion, this is almost a last video. Now, what happens when we eat something? When we eat something that that is called ingestion, that is digested, and how it is assimilated, how it is absorbed in the body. This already we are discussed, and we are going to discuss in this video further. So, what happens when we will eat something like that, like burger? There are five processes in digestion. First is the ingestion, that is we take in food. The second process is digestion. We break down complex food substances into smaller soluble food substances. Then we absorb something, that is digested food is absorbed into the body cells via blood capillaries or blood. Then assimilation, absorption food is used to provide energy or form new protoplasm. And the last one is egestion, that is removal of undigested food. Mainly we release roughage. We have already discussed about the ingestion. We have already discussed about the digestion and absorption. Today we are going to discuss mainly about assimilation. Now let's see the next video. Next slide, sorry. Digested food is absorbed and then assimilated by the cell. Let's understand, this is your digestive system. This is your alimentary canal or the gut. Food is digested here. From here, food will reach to blood capillaries by the process called absorption. And from the blood capillaries or the circulatory system, this digested food will reach to body cells, and that process is called assimilation. So the food that has been digested and absorbed into the body stream is converted into body substances and become part of the organism, that is called assimilation. हमने जो भी कुछ खाया है उसको हम किस फॉर्म में यूज कर सकते हैं, that is called assimilation. If we have taken milk, in milk there is a few minerals, there are proteins, there is fat. So protein will go after the digestion. Protein will reach to the cells where the protein is required, where some growth is required, where some repairment is required. The fat will reach to the areas where the cell membrane is to be formed, because fat is required for the formation of lipids. It reaches to the cells where cholesterol is to be formed. So this is the way the food is transferred to the different areas. Now let's understand how food is assimilated. This is a diagram. This diagram already we have discussed. This is a diagram of uh, villi of small intestine. Now in small intestine, the food is absorbed. Nutrients of the foods are absorbed. How the food is absorbed? Protein will converted into amino acids and absorbed by the villi and reach to blood capillaries. Carbohydrate will convert into a simplest form like glucose, fructose, that will be converted into the simplest form and again absorbed by the villi. Long chain fatty acids and small short chain fatty acid will also absorb by the villi and give it to the blood capillaries, and from the blood capillaries it will reach to different areas. Now let's understand, this is the intestinal villus. Villus is the singular word, and for plural we use villi. This one is lestial. This green part is lestial. Lestial is a kind of lymph vessel which absorb fatty part of fat from the फ्रॉम दिस विलाय रीजन, ये विलाय से फैट को एब्जॉर्ब करेगा एंड फ्रॉम हियर दिस पार्ट of villus or this part of lymph will goes directly to heart, ये यहाँ से हार्ट में जाएगा क्योंकि विलस जो होता है, जो लिम्फ होते हैं वो अपना सिक्रीशन पहले वेना केवा में डालते हैं और वेना केवा से हार्ट में जाएगा। सो ये जो पार्ट लेसिटल वाला होगा दैट विल गोज टू हार्ट थ्रू वेन के थ्रू। Okay, arteriole is the smallest arteries. When arteries divide, they form arterioles, and arterioles will reabsorb the material. And arteriole is the blood vessel which carry oxygenated blood to villi. ये villi में देखिए oxygenated blood carry करके लेकर आई है, ठीक है। यहाँ पर reabsorption होगा and this reabsorption will take place in blood capillaries. These are the blood capillaries. These are the blood capillaries. This one is blood capillaries. Then these blood capillaries unite and form vein. Vein में ये सारा देखिए reabsorption हो गया। Vein में सब कुछ reabsorption होगा। Nutrients are reabsorbed in vein, and from the vein, this vein goes to liver first. ये सारा का सारा मटेरियल कहाँ जाएगा? आपका लिवर में जाएगा। So the nutrients are first carried to the liver via hepatic portal vein. So now this vein, this blue one, will consider as a hepatic portal vein. देखिए यहाँ लिखा भी है, this one is hepatic portal vein. Hepatic word is for liver, portal because it is a short vein. It is not the vein which carry blood directly to vena cava. That's why it is portal. And as it is carrying blood from the organ, जो organ से blood लेके जाती है उसको हम कहते हैं vein. Now the question is, why we have to send this blood to liver? Why not to heart? हमने heart में क्यों नहीं भेजा? We are supposed to send this blood to liver to regulate or to monitor the nutrients according to the requirement of the body. Now understand what will happen in liver. Liver में क्या क्या होगा? See, whatever the nutrients are first carried to the liver by the hepatic portal vein, all these nutrients will enter into liver. A large percentage of fatty acid glycerol are absorbed by intestinal villi and transported through the lymphatic system. They will transport it large amount of fatty acid. They will transmit it through lymphatic vessel and they will empty to heart with the help of vena cava, this green one. Okay. Now rest of the nutrients will enter into liver. Now inside the liver, glucose will convert into glycogen. Glucose will convert into glycogen and glycogen is the insoluble form, and this is the form in which the food is stored in the liver. Whenever you require, suppose you are having classes for 4 hours continuously and between those classes you have not taken anything, आपने कुछ खाया नहीं है, so whatever is the stored food in your body in the form of glycogen will reconvert into glucose and provide you energy. At the time of fasting, when we are not taking food for long time, for even for the 10 hours or so, then that time also your body is getting energy with the help of glycogen. This glycogen will reconvert into glucose with the help of glucagon hormone and your body will oxidize that glucose and you will get energy. आपको वापस से वो energy मिल जाएगी. जैसे कि आपने morning में suppose you have taken 2 पराठास, तो उसके बाद में आपकी तो सिर्फ क्लासेस हैं, आप बैठ के पढ़ रहे हो, कोई फिजिकल वर्क नहीं कर रहे हो, तो उतना ग्लूकोज आपको बॉडी यूटिलाइज नहीं करेगी. जितना भी ग्लूकोज आपकी whatever फिजिकल एक्टिविटी और मेंटल एक्टिविटी आप कर रहे हैं उसमें यूज हो रहा है, उसके बाद में बचा हुआ ग्लूकोज विल कन्वर्ट इनटू ग्लाइकोजन एंड दैट कन्वर्जन विल टेक्स प्लेस इन लिवर. That glycogen will store in liver only. When after 4-5 hours when you are not having any food in between the classes और आपको फिर भी energy required है, this glycogen will reconvert into glucose, oxidize and give energy to your body. Now, some of the fatty products of digestion that arrive in the liver, some of the fatty acids will also come in the liver that will use to form cholesterol. वो कोलेस्ट्रॉल बनाने में यूज हो जाएंगे. यहाँ पे जो भी लिवर में आपका और बचा हुआ फैटी एसिड, मोस्टली फैटी एसिड तो आपका लेस्टियल में चला गया. लेस्टियल क्या है? एक लिम्फ वेसल है. इस लिम्फ वेसल में चला गया. फिर भी और यहाँ से ये वेना केवा के थ्रू कहाँ चला गया? हार्ट में चला गया. बट स्टिल यदि कुछ फैटी एसिड यहाँ पर लिवर में आया है, दैट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू कोलेस्ट्रॉल. वो कोलेस्ट्रॉल में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. The amino acids. अब आते हैं आपके proteins. Whatever the amino acids you have taken, most of the amino acids are digested and utilized by your body for different activities, to make new cell, for the repairment, for the replacement of the old cell. But still, some of the protein which is extra will come into the liver, and here the deamination takes place. That is अमीनो एसिड्स, क्योंकि प्रोटीन के फॉर्म में नहीं है. प्रोटीन किसके फॉर्म में? अमीनो एसिड्स के फॉर्म में. दिस अमीनो एसिड विल कन्वर्ट इनटू यूरिया, and this amino acid will convert into urea, and this urea will release in the form of urine. वो यूरिन के फॉर्म में आपकी बॉडी से बाहर निकल जाएगा. तो यूरिया कहाँ बना? लिवर में बना. फ्रॉम लिवर दिस यूरिया एंटर इनटू ब्लड. फ्रॉम ब्लड इट एंटर इनटू किडनी. In kidney, there will be filtration of different substances, and finally urine will form, and from kidney, this urine will release outside the body. Still, if any protein is left, यदि अभी भी कोई प्रोटीन रह गया है, that protein will converted into glucose. वो प्रोटीन ग्लूकोज में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. So here we have understand that almost all nutrients are reabsorbed and वो ठिकाने लगा दिए गए हैं wherever it is required. मतलब कि wherever the glucose is required, you have taken energy from that. Wherever proteins are required, body has used those proteins. Wherever fat is required, that is already converted into fatty acid and glycerol and utilized in the formation of cholesterol or adipose tissue. Still, if anything is left, that will remove either in the form of waste or accumulate in the body. It depends totally on the particular nutrient. Now, this is one of the part of your intestine that is called vermiform appendix. This vermiform appendix is the blind-ended part of the large intestine, or this is the extension of cecum. This is basically our left part of the tail. In our ancestor, tail was developed, but in our body, tail is not developed. So this part is known as vermiform appendix. Vermiform appendix is vestigial organ. Vestigial organs are the organs which were developed in our ancestors but not developed in our body. Ancestors does not mean my great grandparents or your great 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 grandparents. Ancestor means, here ancestor means apes or the human being or the animals which were before the human being, जो human being से पहले से evolution में होते थे. They were having tail. Now we don't use tail, so that tail part is converted into vermiform appendix, and this vermiform appendix is not functional in our body. Yes, it is functional in case of herbivores because this part is utilized for the digestion of cellulose. Generally, there is no use of this part, but sometime if it blocked by hardening piece of fecal matter or fruit stones or bacterial infection, matlab it is near to cecum and rectum region. So when undigested food is stored in rectum, From here or from other parts of the large intestine, some of the food particles or some of the fecal matter or some of the bacteria can accumulate here. वो यहाँ पर आके इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं रीअब्जॉर्प्शन के टाइम पर या किसी तरीके से, एंड लेटर ऑन इफ सम फूड पार्टिकल और सम फीकल मैटर will collect here, then definitely it become the site for the bacteria from where they can take food. तो यहाँ पे बैक्टीरिया को लगेगा कि चलो भाई दावत है, यहाँ पे आके इकट्ठा हो जाओ. धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, यहाँ पर बैक्टीरिया का एक्यूमुलेशन हो जाएगा, बैक्टीरिया की पूरी कॉलोनी तैयार हो जाएगी एंड इट दिस पार्ट बिकम इन्फ्लेटेड. ये पार्ट आपका, इस पार्ट के अंदर स्वेलिंग हो जाएगी. सी नॉर्मली इट इज लाइक दिस and after infection it becomes like this. This condition is known as appendicitis. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं, appendicitis. During appendicitis, vermiform appendix has some swelling. Even here we can have bleeding also. If it will not cure on the time, it can burst sometime. So how we came to know that we are having such kind of infection? Generally people are having some abdominal pain, they feel difficulty in digestion, they feel sometime bleeding along with the fecal matter and all, then we should consult with the doctor, and doctor generally remove this area because it is not useful, it is not functional in our body, so removal of this part does not make any difference. But if we will not cure it on time, it may cause some problem also. Now, finally, whatever the food was digested, it is absorbed and given to blood, from where it will assimilate it for different areas. Now, undigested food will enter into large intestine. This large intestine is divided into three parts: cecum, then colon, and then rectum. Cecum is the part which is a junction between small intestine and large intestine. This is a part of small intestine. This is a part of large intestine. This is the part where the cecum is present. Okay, this is the structure of vermiform appendix. Okay, now from here the colon part is extended and colon is divided into three parts. This is, ये नीचे से ऊपर जा रहा है. This part is, जो ये नीचे से ऊपर आपका जा रहा है, this is ascending colon. This is ठीक है, कुछ ही नीचे से ऊपर जाती है, बढ़ती है, ascending colon. This one is transverse colon and this one is descending colon. ठीक है, and here it form S-like structure. ये इस तरीके से S structure, S-shaped structure बना रहा है. This region is known as sigmoid colon. Okay, so this is the complete area of large intestine where the absorption of water takes place. मतलब we human beings are very greedy. अभी भी हम पूरा का पूरा water reabsorb करने की कोशिश करेंगे ताकि हम मैक्सिमम न्यूट्रिएंट्स और मैक्सिमम फूड पार्टिकल्स को रिस्टोर कर सकें. So the colon is the largest portion of the large intestine. It is divided into three parts: ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. It promotes water absorption. If bacteria is present here, it helps in absorption of vitamin K, and vitamin K is required for the blood clotting. Formation of fecal matter also takes place here. यहाँ पर fecal matter का formation होगा. When finally fecal matter is formed, मतलब fecal matter क्या है? Undigested food है, उसमें से आपने finally जितना water आपने reabsorb करना था, वो आप water reabsorb कर चुके हैं. Now food enter into rectum region, the undigested part. This is the final region of the gut. It is around 15 centimeter long. It is a long bag-like structure which end in a 5 centimeter anal canal. ये आगे जाके किसमें खुलेगा? ये anal canal के अंदर खुलेगा. Now in anal canal here we have sphincter muscles. These sphincter muscles prevent the leakage of fecal matter, and these sphincter muscles will regulate the release of fecal matter from the large intestine. Now, what is the fecal matter? The food that cannot be digested, which consists of cellulose, and which consist of leftover gastric juices, damaged cells or dead cells of the gut lining, dead bacteria. They they mix up and form brown fecal matter. So fecal matter में क्या क्या है? Fecal matter में undigested food है, जिसमें mainly cellulose होता है. इसमें बचे कुचे आपके gastric juices हैं, bile pigments हैं, and that bile pigment impart brown color. It contains dead cells of the gut lining or decayed bacteria. This all form fecal matter. As most of the water is reabsorbed here, that's why it is semi-solid in form. And now from the colon, this undigested food will reach to anal region, and from anal region this is released from the body, and that removal of undigested food from the body is called defecation. What is defecation? The periodical elimination of fecal matter from the body is known as defecation. Okay, now let's see next slide. So this is the entire summary of your digestive system. This is the mouth, part 1. Food and liquid enter the body through the mouth. Chewing breaks down the food here, and this process is called indigestion. Indigestion means we are taking food from the mouth. Inside the mouth, carbohydrate is digested with the help of ptyalin and converted into maltose. Now food enter into part 2, that is esophagus. It carries the food and liquid to the stomach for digestion, where no digestion takes place, and the movement of the food here is known as peristalsis movement. Now and the food here is known as bolus. यहाँ पर जो digested food है उसको bolus कहते हैं. This bolus enter into stomach. Inside the stomach, food store and break down into a liquid mixture before slowly releasing it into small bowel or small intestine. Here the food is digested. Here mainly digestion of protein takes place, and the protein digested food, now it is known as chyme, and from chyme it enter into small intestine, that is the part 5. Before that, from part 4, that is liver, some bile juices will secrete. Liver produce bile juices which helps the body absorb fat from the food, or which helps in emulsification of fat. Now part 5 is gallbladder. Part 5 is gallbladder, where the bile juice is stored, and whenever it is required it will taken from the gallbladder. Part 6 is pancreas. Part 6 is pancreas, and pancreas produce enzymes, substances that speed up chemical reactions that help in the body digest fat, protein and carbohydrate. डाइजेशन ऑफ फैट को हम इमल्सिफिकेशन ऑफ फैट कहते हैं. प्रोटीन का यहाँ पे डाइजेशन होगा, यहाँ कार्बोहाइड्रेट का डाइजेशन होगा. पार्ट 7, small bowel, where the breakdown of food even further absorbing the nutrients into the body. So part 7 से पहले यहाँ पर this region, this is not mentioned in this diagram, this region is duodenum, where the digestion takes place with the help of pancreatic juices released from part 6 here, and the gallbladder bile juice जो यहाँ से part 5 से secrete हो रहा है. When the finally digested food enter into part 7, that is small intestine, and here the absorption of food takes place. After the absorption of food, nutrients will absorbed and given to the blood, and blood will assimilate these nutrients. After that, undigested food or leftover food enter into part 8. This is the ascending colon, this is the transverse colon, and this is the descending colon. Now in part 8, large bowel भी कहते हैं या large intestine भी कहते हैं. It is made up of colon and rectum. The body absorbs water from the undigested waste as it moves along the colon towards the rectum region. Now the waste, and this waste is known as poo. It is stored in the rectum until it passes out of the body. Now this is the 8th part. From here, it will come in the 8th B region, that is a rectum region. Here the food will store for some time, and this is a basically a waste actually, but it is a undigested food, तो इसको हम excretion नहीं मानते, ये egestion होता है. And from part 9, this poo or this fecal matter or this undigested food is released through the anus and it leaves the body, and from here digestion is complete. So I will give you one tip for good digestion here, that you should chew the food properly. If you are chewing the food properly, then your digestive system has to do less work. तब आपके digestive system को कम काम करना पड़ता है. Otherwise, if you are not chewing food properly, then you are not your digestive system has to perform more फंक्शन. तो जब भी आप खाना खाते हैं उसको प्रॉपरली च्यू करिए और उसके बाद में आपके डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम को कम से कम काम करना पड़ेगा. So the healthy stomach is nothing if it is not conservative. Few radicals have good digestion. So with this quote, I will end this video, and take care of yourself, take care of your adults, take care of the needy people, those who are living nearby you. And till then, take care. Goodbye.